brothers and sisters. Actually, let me stop. Let me be serious. Um, Today we're gonna cover a sensitive topic, and because a person's family could be listening to this and whatnot. But we gotta touch on the Angie Stone situation, y'all, and this we're not trying to be conspiratorial. I think where we are about to go. So anyway, we're gonna touch on Angie's story and a couple other things. We gotta do some house cleaning. But without any further ado, DJ, drop that music.
Warning, the following program contains strong black first opinion about mature and strong subject matter that affects Black America and the diaspora as a whole. Listen at your own risk, you sissy.
Grand Rising All. You are listening to the one and only Be One or None. Good morning from Africatown, Los Angeles.
And ta-da, like I saw. So, like I said, we're gonna talk about something rather serious today. And I know that y'all say them Negroes is always conspiratorial every time somebody passes away. But we're going to discuss this today, and we might not be, with those of us who talk like that, we might not be as crazy or conspiratorial as you think we are once you hear what we're about to talk about. But nonetheless, let us have a moment of silence for the late, great Angie Stone, out of respect. No, somebody's tripping, but moment of silence. And there you have it. So my question to the panel, um, now this is coming from someone who's somewhat been in Hollywood on the inside. As many know, I used to be involved in the music industry, the music business. Met whole lot of people, and am not shocked at people that you find on the Sean Combs list and whoever was at Jamie Foxx's house playing nude basketball. Not shocked at things like that from what I've seen. And one other thing that runs rampant in Hollywood is things that seem to happen to you when you decide that you want to take on these music companies or these record labels and fight for fair wages, fight for your publishing and royalties and things like that. Now we've seen Michael Jackson go through it. We've seen Prince go through it, and we I mean, you name it, we've seen them going through it. That have stood up, and it has not always turned out good for them in the end after they've stood up. And then recently we have the newer record label Empire, which was found that every time, well, they took out $1 million life insurance policies on all their artists, and suddenly rappers come up mysteriously unalived at restaurants and gatherings and whatnot. So this is a common thing that's been going on in Hollywood for a while. So what do you guys think is the case with Angie Stone? Do you think there's something funny going on here, or are we reaching?
I don't know. I want to play something. I got a couple of things to play. I got my video, so I want to play this first with Angie. And
Put the
disclaimer.
What's the face up first? Yep.
Yeah, give me 1 second. I'm gonna play a couple of videos, and this is, and I'm pretty sure you've seen this floating around. So let me hold on.
Jooby dooby doos, please don't sue.
Hold on.
God damn it.
And I'm pretty sure that y'all been seeing it going around with
y'all.
her. Yes.
Yeah, hit that like button, y'all. Hit that like button, subscribe to the number one radio show.
Give me one video I couldn't download to play here, so I'm gonna have to play it through my camera. You know how I do. So give me 1 second to get this together, and I'm gonna turn on the camera. And I want y'all to listen to what she's saying. Oh, you probably can't hear it, but I'm gonna just play it.
Take the disclaimer off, Queen.
Okay.
Or do you want to keep it on?
No, I'm gonna tell you.
Okay.
I'm gonna play it. Hold on 1 second.
Hospital because I wasn't very particular in targeting me. I was rushed to the hospital because I wasn't breathing so well. Came to find out I had what was a bacterial blood infection that I had gotten when they stuck me with the needle. It had went into my bloodstream and caused a staph infection of the blood. They rushed me into ICU and I went to use the restroom and I passed out. When I came back to, the nurses began to tell me that I was screaming for Jesus because when I went down, I'm sorry, I didn't know what was happening. All I know is it was all of a sudden I began to praise God and call on his name because I knew biblically that if I was transitioning, I needed to be called on Jesus. Sorry. I knew it was an attack. I knew it was a spiritual attack. God healed me. He cleared up. People left me in that dark moment when I really needed support. My kids were there for me. Very particular in targeting me. I was right.
That was the first part. I don't know if y'all seen that video, and I took clips, but she was saying that she was being targeted. Did you hear how she's a star? I mean, we're in 2025. How do you stick someone with a dirty needle?
You know that video sounds eerily similar to a video Michael Jackson did. Looked the same way too before he passed away.
Yeah.
And it was like I guess he did it from his phone. He's there with a baseball cap on. He wasn't on Michael Jackson out, and he was going in to detail just like that. And he was like, yeah, these people are snakes, they are evil, they're wicked, you can't trust anyone. And he was going in on this video, and he said all they do is steal everything you work for. The next thing you know, he's unalived. So I mean, I don't think that we're reaching when we're saying that this is mysterious.
And
She's
I want
saying
you
it
to
herself.
pause right there, because I'm gonna play the other part, because of course we say allegedly, but these was her own words saying she was targeted. And it's kind of strange that when you go to MK Ultra, remember the mind control thing, and all of a sudden her van Sprinter van crashes and she's the only one who didn't make it. So I'm gonna play, this is the continuance. Now she already said she was targeted, and they gave her a dirty needle. And it's crazy because needles now are pre-packaged so that you cannot reuse them. So how does anyone give you a dirty needle? One moment.
Universal Music has been receiving all my royalties. When you hire a team of people that's supposed to have your back, you're thinking that they're getting it all together for you. You know, that's why, I respect Oprah Winfrey in that respect when she said, do your own research. That I let a lot of important things slip through the cracks only because I didn't know any better. I worked very hard to take care of my kids as a single mother, and I'm being transparent. My kids' fathers just were not doing what they're supposed to do. So I had to step up and go in and do everything that I needed to do. At the end of the day, after 40-something years in the business, I'm like, well, why? Where are my royalties going? Because I'm not getting this. Come to find out, Universal Music has been receiving all my royalties, all my mechanicals. They've taken pretty much everything. They've stolen, I won't say stolen, but they have taken all the monies that were due to me. They have basically absorbed in that company. People that were working on my behalf never even registered the songs.
Yeah, I seen that.
I'll take that back.
And that's what they do, man. I mean, that's what they
literally
do.
the same thing Michael said.
Exactly.
Verbatim, almost.
Yep.
And it doesn't matter whether, any of these situations were intentional or not, because they happen so often.
They were.
I'm just saying. What I'm saying, Queen.
No.
What I'm saying is, like, if we say with this one we don't know, there's been so many that we do know. We can say allegedly, but come on. So whether this is one of those quote unquote conspiracy theories or not, like, don't act like it's far-fetched, because it happens all the time.
to black.
I can tell you how they do it.
How
So,
come
like how they launder it.
Why I don't see white stars go through this decade?
Exactly. Except what's that girl? Well, she was just an actor. The one they said she came out the damn body bag after the car wreck. What's the white chick?
And Hish.
I think so. Yeah, she came.
And then she ended up dying again later on, or something like that.
Yeah, I'm like that.
I can tell you how they. I can tell you how they do it because I've seen the markups from being involved in the music business. So say I'm a producer. So I'm a producer in the situation, and I made the beat or whatever. So how they launder it, and like she was saying, they hide the money within the company is this: you take that advancement for signing to the label. That's basically them giving you a bank. It's like a bank loan, and they're saying, okay, we are gonna invest such and such amount in you to make this project work. So basically, you got to take that money and make the project work. And we are under the assumption that money that's money you were getting in your pocket as a signing bonus. Some of them do have a signing bonus, but that advance is basically they're giving you a loan based on the projected sales of the project. So what they do is, so say I'm the producer. Now, I'm not going to tell you all this up front. We're going to have contracts going on with small print and all that. I'm going to make you the beat. But then what's going to happen? I'm going to charge you. And I've seen it done. I've seen, like I said, I know people in the industry, and some of the stuff, like I was there for it to happen. And I've been around people like Barry Gordy's nephew and things like that. So I'll make a beat, something that only cost me probably at the high end, maybe $1,000 for the program. But I'm gonna charge you between $50,000 to $200,000 for the beat itself. And then I'm gonna ask for points off the sale, which means, let's say, they used to sell singles for $1. So if you sell singles for $1, I'm going to ask for a point, which could be anywhere from 10 cents to a quarter on every dollar, because I'm the one that produced the music for it. Then also, I'm going to ask you for a cut of live performances, since you're performing over my beat, depending on how the deal is worked out between me and the label. Then if it's my studio, or I'm involved in the studio recording process, then you get billed for the studio time, which can range anywhere from $50 to $100 an hour. And you're talking about these high-end studios, they're charging you like $500 and $300 an hour just to go record the song. So you end up going, what the heck happened to all my money? Because you just that alone. Now imagine a whole album being done like this. You sell 1 million copies. Like, you heard stories like TLC saying how they had nothing after all that work they put in. You heard Snoop Dogg say, all I ended up with off my first album was a car. And this is how they get you.
Exactly. I was going to bring up the TLC thing too.
That's
with
deep,
that time, when they held up Clive Davis, and then when they had the award show and they were making fun of them, you don't want no scrubs, but you wrote. But it was a joke, but you don't understand how that wound up happening. And it's really not funny. It sucks. You definitely have to read the fine print. I don't understand why at this point, and we were talking about this before we jumped on here as a panel, you have toddlers that are making 6 figures because their parents are taking them shopping and showing off their toys. Why are we, especially the Black community, being subjected to this tomfoolery when it comes to the industry, And I want to say, Queen Tina, I know you mentioned, as far as how it's happening with our Black community or whatever. But if you think about it, you have Britney Spears, and I know she has not passed away, but Britney Spears, Brittany Murphy, Amy Winehouse. You have a lot of people. They just be doing ratchet stuff, and they highlight the Black tragedies because it's more entertaining. All the Taco Bell, McDonald's, all these commercials, all Black music, all hip hop, all rap. And all of a sudden you look at a Taco Bell commercial like, I want a heart steak taco, supreme. And you don't eat that. But that little beat, you like, yeah, let me go off our music because it's more influential. But it happens across the board because they're gross and they're sick as an industry.
These are some sick people. You know, part of the equation is this is why they sensationalize when it happens to black artists, because I mean, to
We
be
rule
fair, it
the
has happened.
world. Everything plays off of us, and I don't
Yeah,
understand why we don't see that.
yeah, because
Right.
the message they're
Emotion,
sending,
the music.
the message they're sending when they do that is it's more impactful to bring down, let's say, a Whitney Houston or a Michael Jackson, because a lot of the stuff that we think is white American music, including country music, we invented it. So what they're sending
Exactly.
they're sending a direct message like, hey, Negro, we own and control this, and we own and control you, and this is what's going to happen to you if you decide to buck against massa. It's a clear cut message. And like I was saying, now back to what I was saying with the advancements they give you. Now you think about it, because we're not raised to practice economic responsibility, and we also suffer from being under the attack of economic deprivation from this country. So when you pull up, if they have these shows where unsigned artists, called a showcase. So an unsigned artist will go to a showcase, and I remember the guy I was working with, we were working under Old Dirty from Wu-Tang. This was his cousin, and they were starting this thing called Brooklyn Zoo. So I was under that umbrella. So they would have these showcases. We would pull up to them, and at these things, you would see representatives from Death Row Records, all these different labels and that. And that's basically how they're searching for talent. So when you pull up to these events and you flash money at somebody who has not been taught economic responsibility, and you start talking these big numbers as an advancement, that sounds like they hit the lottery to them. It's music to their ears. I mean, I myself, I've been offered $80,000, $100,000. I've gotten offers back when I was doing music. I was even on the verge of having a deal under the Black Eyed Peas with their manager and things like that. So they offer you these big numbers, but they're not telling you that that's literally a loan. And like I was saying, that's how they get you. So part of it is we're good at inventing the genre, making things popular, making things trends. And same thing is going on with TikTok right now. How many dances and songs have we popularized off of TikTok, but the Chinese persons who own TikTok are the ones making all the money off of it?
Agreed. And
Agreed.
really, before we move on, I want to say, Queen Tina, for everybody listen, I was not opposing what Queen Tina said. I was just adding to the conversation where we see that on all sides when they're targeting people and utilizing people. It, like she just said, it's just more sensationalized with our community. So for the record, I am in solidarity with the Queen, because I don't want people to think that we have discord here. So I just want to make that clear.
No, you ain't.
No, that's for
wanted
the
to say-
audience. That's for the audience. So yeah.
I wanted to say this before we moved on. You know, Angie Stone was set to go to, what was the school she was going to, at HBCU, when she was supposed
I believe so.
and
Did she make it to what she was going to? It was
no,
after-
she never made it. She did I think, did I put it up there? She did her performance the night before, where they said that was her last performance, and she was headed here, and they had to make the announcement. But I also want to say, do you remember that she had to shut down the rumors that went out to say she was dead last time?
Really?
No, that ain't
Let me
suspicious.
play that for you.
God damn it.
No, that ain't suspicious.
Hold on one
And
second.
before you play that, I saw her last year. She performed here in Atlanta, and boy, it was a big turnout.
Okay, give me one
So they had
second.
plans for her.
Yes,
Oh,
that
yeah.
it's just weird. Hold on. Okay, and you're gonna hear this.
And will sell. Let me just make it very clear that my attorney, Mr. Antavius Weems, from the Weems firm, has already got this locked and loaded. We are in pursuant of the people who have started this nasty rumor, and we do plan on filing a lawsuit. That's number one. Number two, for all of the haters that are trying to deflect from my album, Love Language, with this horrible rumor that I've died, you have gone amok for a couple of weeks now. We thought you'd take it down, but you continuously ride the wave as if it's true. Okay, addressing the issue with the head wrap and the wheelchair. First of all, I'm a human being. I had a twisted ankle, which I thought we made very clear. The young lady that was down at Black Wall Street that was selling head wraps tried a head wrap on me because she was trying to get me to buy one. Everybody took that and ran with it like I'm just out and about, reckless. Let me just say this to you. I'm real people at the end of the day. I know how to come down off my high horse and get with folk because I'm trying to help people. I'm a server. I'm trying to make sure that everybody gets their 40 acres and a mule. Okay? But it doesn't mean that I'm perfect. It means that I'm a human being. Now, as far as all this other foolishness about me being dead, before you go and dig a hole for me, dig one for you and all the other people that's following your stupidity, because it's too easy to check to see if somebody is really alive or dead. And if you don't like the way I'm looking or the way I'm sounding, or you don't have to buy a ticket to come to my concert. You don't have to do any of that. You don't even have to buy the album. But I want to thank all of you people who have made it possible for my album Love Language to go gazillions at this point. It's doing phenomenal. And
I just wanted to play that part because it's 3 minutes long. Are you there?
That's interesting. Like, do we ever question? This is a question for the panel. Do we ever question the things when this stuff happens? They immediately say, "Oh, that person is crazy. Oh, that person's on drugs." The second you start bucking back and standing up and seeing the discrepancies, "Oh, they're on drugs. They're crazy."
Yeah, look at Wendy Williams. They saying Wendy
exactly.
is doing good, and then somebody saying she's crazy. Look at how they did Kanye. We seen it before our eyes, and then they take it upon themselves to say, "Oh, he's crazy," and then find someone to take his money because no, you're not helping them. But all of a sudden, making you crazy means seize your assets.
Yep.
Exactly. And then you got Pup. Like, you look at Sean Combs. The second the Sean Combs story started to break, did anybody stop and ask themselves, now, who was his handler? Who let him in the door to do all this? He didn't just start doing this on his own. Who empowered him to do all this?
Who's the root of everything? That's what I don't get from even our people who's unaliving each other. Where's the root of it? We know the root of our drugs and guns is the CIA, but nobody goes to the root of. That's why I said Sean Puffy Combs, he's just doing what he was trained to do. You seen how they destroyed the Epstein files. They let out some of them, but they destroyed videos and everything.
Yeah.
So that you're going to find that these people, and those are the same stars, I believe, that's saying they're going to leave the country, because there's no way that everybody is this mad that Trump is in office when Trump was in office before. And I didn't see the economy flop when he was in office. So why is everybody so mad about this? Because they're always hiding something. It's a big
what you know about Tom Hanks and his wife when the Epstein thing was first going down? They revoked their American citizenship, relocated to Greece, and became Greek citizens. Now, if that's not suspicious, come on now. Come on.
But did you see with Tom Hanks, though? Did you see there was a situation where there was a young man that died, and they said that he was a white man. They said that he committed suicide, but he, by jumping off a building, excuse me, I'm sorry, we playing this game, we playing the word game. He offed himself. What's the language here? Okay.
He unalived himself.
Okay, whatever. Yeah. Okay. So whatever. So, but what happened was he was calling out Tom Hanks for inappropriate behavior with minors. I don't know what the term is here. And when he allegedly unalived himself, Tom Hanks was seen in a picture where he passed away, like on the pavement, and he had this white glove, and like he was smiling, and he made I can't remember what the comment said, but it was like aimed at this young man, and the white glove represents like the whole Disney thing and the whole, Pizzagate kind of thing, and that was on there. I was so pissed. I'm so tired.
Not surprised because the same
entertainers.
Yeah, same thing happened. Same thing happened allegedly. I'm not saying same thing with Kevin Spacey. Y'all know how he got down. That guy who he supposedly had the little thing with the boy, a young man. yeah, he accidentally had an accident, so and Kevin Spacey got cleared, and he got cleared from that. You know what I'm saying? See, Kevin Spacey, he clicked in with the Clintons and stuff, so and like I said, some people just can't be touched, y'all. Like you say, some people you can't touch. It's like the Epstein thing. Some people, I'm saying, like, I mean, anybody can be touched. I'm just saying, but in this world right here, when you get in a certain status,
high level protection,
exactly, high level people, I'm telling you, what's that movie with Harrison Ford? He said, "Look, I got to get out of jail card. You can do what you want, go to the media, whatever. It don't matter. Be protected." So, yeah, it's people.
I got two. I got two seemingly unrelated questions, but it's related for the panel. One, by yays and nays, who here likes R&B or liked R&B music?
Yeah, I'll do the old school.
Yay.
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah, old school.
Now, okay. Now, in light of what we now know, because like I said, I've been in Hollywood and worked with a lot of some of these people, and I've seen this stuff for myself. Now, in light of what we now know is coming to fruition or to light with Sean Combs' situation, what he's been involved in, do any of you think? How do you guys think that singers? I'll use Luther Vandross and George Michael. They didn't seem to be of the rainbow persuasion when they very first started doing music. So, how do you guys think they got to that toward the end of their career? Then mysteriously they died in weird ways too.
I don't know. That might be questionable as far as they preference. That might be questionable, even with Luther. But I think, I think the agenda. I mean, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Nobody's ever really cared in the Black community. Like, you have your grandparents and your parents, like they're not with that same sex, but like nobody's really ever cared enough to have hate crimes against one another. Obviously, you might not mess with nobody like that, or you might, call them names you can't say now, but you can say everything else. But nobody's really ever cared like that. We've had presidents and FBI and CIA leaders that have been same-sex loving, but when you're pushing agendas worldwide, let's talk about, the situation with politics right now and Trump and Doge, let's talk about what they're spending money on. So now you're spending American dollars on pressing an agenda that for a weird reason. And I guarantee you all listening, I don't think anybody here cares about your sexuality. Nobody cares. But when it comes to being impressionable and rearranging the whole foundation of common sense, I don't understand.
I mean in regards to grape culture that goes on in Hollywood, like for example, both Usher and Justin Bieber were dropped off by their parents to Sean Combs, and he was given custody of them for, I think, whatever it was, a week or a weekend or whatever, and which means he had access to do whatever he wanted to do with them, basically.
But not just talk about that. I mean, it happened. Look at Tigger and one of the Kardashian daughters. She was 16 and he was dating her, and I thought it was weird. And we don't say anything. It's like once you come to Hollywood, it doesn't matter what age or sex you are, everything goes until someone gets caught. But the only people plastered across the headlines are Black people, and it's time to get rid of their music, get rid of their movies. But Harvey Weinstein, you don't hear anything about him. He was bigger than Sean Puffy Combs, but yet we are only pushed in the face to make Black men and Black women the face of every crime that is rooted in white culture.
And all of a sudden he got glaucoma or whatever he got. Now he got to be out of jail because his health condition. Like,
because like they ready to do that. They ready to do that. Who cloned Tyrone bullshit?
Exactly. Remember, Weinstein is relevant.
They got to go somewhere and get half their money, and allegedly.
You can go to Netflix right now, and A majority of the movies on there, if you read the credits, you will see Harvey Weinstein's name in those credits right now.
Exactly. You
but
won't stop
we're
watching the
told not to
movies.
listen to R. Kelly. We're told not to look at Bill Cosby. You know, now they're trying with Sean Puffy Combs. They try to erase Black history, Black culture, meaning a Black American culture. Let's put it that way. And they still live off of it. They mimic the Black American culture, but they get rid of the icons of Black American culture, and then tell us we still can listen to Elvis. We can look at Harvey Weinstein shit. We can look at the guy who played Seventh Heaven and all that. Remember, he was
Oh my gosh.
pedo, and
Yeah, I
you
knew he was a
don't hear
pedophile.
anything.
Oh.
But then we're supposed to get rid of our people and just erase them, because that's how we are looked at upon white America, well, racist white America. And you know, it's okay to just get rid of everything we growed up on, and then we still have to put in our face of the lullabies and the things that was rooted in real destruction. Like most of the children's songs we listen to has something to do with slavery. We honor the national anthem when we know it had destruction lyrics in there for Black people. But no, for some reason, it's always clamped up to be okay for the white people, and then everything that is Black that has some type of crime or whatever attached, we just need to erase it all, even if it's connected to our Black history.
And the tightest thing, y'all, in the audience, this is why Janet Jackson took the actions that she did against Kamala Harris in the election, because remember, her brother Michael Jackson was one of the targets of what we're talking about. There is no way. They tried their hardest to paint this man as a pedophile. Nobody, not even John Gotti himself, can have 15 FBI investigations, not counting the regular police investigations, and be squeaky clean. Either he was the world's best criminal and pedophile, or he was simply just being framed.
And then you had the kids that came out and said that he was framed. And I mean, that they were told to do this because they play on our imagination. If the police come and investigate you, you just did something wrong. It doesn't matter if Black people don't understand, won't read, but hey, the police was on them, all this and that, just like with Bill Cosby. We see, and R. Kelly, we see all the stories, and they put the stories, but that's not what they went to jail for. And that's not what they were arrested for. But they I know the worst of the rumors. But yet we don't read, why was R. Kelly actually put in jail? It wasn't for the young girl. It wasn't for that. It was because of the grown women that they claim he did. It wasn't because Bill Cosby was doing this. He paid the same woman that already, just like Trump. Trump paid a prostitute, but he's still a president. But you know, we can go on and on. I'm gonna play this commercial, and then we're gonna jump on to the boycott, and then Zelensky and NATO.
So what is the Internet of Things? Well, today let's define it. Imagine a world where your fridge orders milk when you're running low, or your car communicates with traffic lights to optimize your route. That's the Internet of Things. It's a network of physical objects embedded within sensors, software, and other technologies to connect and exchange data over the Internet. Now, from smartphones to industrial automation, the Internet of Things is making our world more connected and efficient. However, it raises questions about privacy and security. So as the Internet of Things expands, it's set to transform how we interact with our environment. It promises a future where our devices work together seamlessly with everything around us. If you want more information on technology, you got to get my book, What the Heck is AI? It's available on Kindle, it's available on Amazon, available on my website, jrlester.com. In this book, for your business, we simply define what the heck is AI and what are some new age technologies like robotics, and is it going to replace people? So go ahead and grab my book right now, What the Heck is AI? And I'll see you in the metaverse.
I thought that was your thing, D Maze.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I sent you that one too. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know I was playing that one.
That's cool. No, that's I want more definitely. We got mine too, right? Yeah.
No, I don't have.
That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. I'm good.
But yeah, but let's move on to the boycott. Did the boycott help, hurt? What actually did this boycott do that I think Al Sharpton started that BS? And Black people ran with it because we're boycotting because white women and majority of white women, Asian, Latinos, LBGT, then us are being affected by DEI. first of all, did the boycott work or anything? Second of all, did DEI, have y'all seen any changes in your community?
Hell no. Symbolism. Hey, before we even get into it, listen to this right here. This sister made a good point. Y'all ready? Mute y'all mics. Here we go.
And the whole DEI black house. Well, I really don't, because DEI never really affected black people, but whatever. I get y'all point, right? The whole DEI blackout that's supposed to be happening today. But if you took your ass yesterday on the 27th and spent the same money, okay, because some of y'all was like, stock up before the 28th. What the fuck is the difference? I don't think that some people thought this through. If the whole point is to not spend any money, going the day before and spending all of the money makes up for the blackout day.
And I just wanted to play a little voice longer than that, but she made a good point. I can think about that.
That's what I was saying. They got, but I heard Amazon went hit their stocks rose. I heard Walmart stocks rose because of that. We still work every day. That's why I put up there, I wasn't participating in this stupid ass boycott. Because if that's the case, then stop using Facebook. Stop going to the gas station that's owned by your Indians, and stop going to the hotels. Matter of fact, don't shop nowhere, eat anywhere. It was stupid. When you're gonna go stock up your supplies before, so they got that. And sometimes when we stock up our supplies ahead, we buy extra, so they got more money than what they would have made when you went to the store, because you made sure you gave them a Christmas sale.
And you heard nothing about blacks supporting a black-owned business. None of them said that. They were talking about.
Well, you know what, D-Max, you mentioned that Al Sharpton, or somebody mentioned Al Sharpton started this. So if he started it, then if someone wants to give him a high five or thumbs up, then whatever. I'm not gonna knock it or whatever. But if that's what he did, we're asking, was it successful? Did he have a poll? Did he ask people to, respond, do a forum, follow up? You know what I'm saying? Like, how are we supposed to know that my little $10 at the pump, or what, how are we supposed to know that? So I'm just supposed to trust everybody did or didn't, like,
until we seen black businesses pop out and say, oh wow, since the boycott came, my sales went up. Oh wow, I did this. No,
exactly.
Al Sharpton messed up and took money from the black community, because that's how he makes his money, and ran over there. I mean, you didn't get Latinos, you didn't get white women, you didn't get the people that benefited from DEI, because somehow they have black people convinced DEI is what is the civil rights, and it's not. DEI is what the civil rights is based on, diversity and inclusion for black people, because that's when we were the ones who fought for it. But Obama and them put it into programs. So those executive orders that Obama wrote that allowed these DEI mess, and different presidents wrote that attached to the civil rights bill, is the ones that Trump overrid. So somehow we so blind. But yet, how come Al Sharpton didn't get the white women, the Latinos, and give them cars to go shopping at Costco, who had nothing but an all-white CEO and maybe one black person that benefited from DEI? It makes no sense.
And he want to keep his job, because George Reed on, he's the last one standing, so he gonna kiss all the ass he's supposed to. He ain't gonna mention them about supporting no black-owned businesses, because he know he ain't got that much time left. So yeah, he trying to get that check.
Okay, so
and then I seen black people saying, we're gonna show them. Listen, it was black people. Show them our power. Show them this. When you are needed to show your power, you don't recognize the power you have with voting and everything else. You vote for you. It makes no sense. It's like the Democrats have us all over the place.
Jasmine Crockett is not helping either. She needs to shut the hell up. Like I said, man, nobody, listen, fan base, all the other places I be on, everybody, like, most black people ain't even with that boycott. They like, man, that shit ain't gonna do that, because you gotta be consistent. We're not consistent. That sometimes don't, even when they supposed to be doing the other ones in April and all that, man, that's so spread out. They ain't gonna do a damn thing. These
when our people used to boycott, when they did the bus boycott, they walked. They suffered with the boycott. Facts. You don't get to buy up all your groceries and snacky snacks and look at Netflix while you don't go shopping the day before. I mean, the day after. You went shopping the day before and the day before that. And matter of fact, last week. And Walmart does not do anything for the Black community. Matter of fact, Walmart hires everybody because they get these Walmart, Target, a lot of these places get these discounts for poor people. You know, when you go in, they ask, do you get food stamps and this and that, and they get a some type of government break for hiring people who are on Social Security or get government benefits. Do you know that?
That's the DEI right there, because they get paid for doing that. That's the DEI right there.
So we do business with Home Depot. That one of our sponsors, and I know people that work there. And anyway, they had a job fair. They had like 100 and some people there at the job fair, and this is here in Atlanta. And guess what? They say it was 90% Black. So they supposed to still practice DEI, but at the same time, most of these companies hire Black people. So it's like, okay, we can say all these things, but if you stop going, these people gonna have no job, and you're gonna fake they got kids and stuff like that. So you got to look at it, like, because we don't have enough businesses. Let's be real. We don't have resources. We don't have enough businesses on a small level, yeah, but not enough to employ Black people at a high level. I'm not talking about.
We would be if Black people would stop being greedy among each other, and then look at the power. Showing your power is not boycotting, targeting Walmart.
Exactly.
Come on.
You got you in the mindset. The mindset ain't there.
Yeah, like you ain't.
So look at this though. When y'all hear when they were saying that Walmart, like when the DEI thing went into effect, they was like, they put on the news that Walmart, I think it was Walmart and Target, like recanted their DEI whatever documentation, whatever it is, agreement, whatever. But like, and everybody was in uproar about that. But like, did you ever think, and I'm not, please y'all, I'm not trying to be insensitive, but did you ever think that those people might have included handicapped people?
Yeah, it is.
Like maybe they don't want to hit. Maybe they don't want to hit. Now you don't want to hit. Because a lot of them are greeters, right? Maybe you don't want to do that. Maybe a whole lot of things that could have went into that. So when we do all this, I wonder. I don't think I want a job. I don't want to be placed for a job solely off the fact that you had to hire a Black or a Black female. I don't want the job. If that's what it is, I don't really want it. So I don't understand what we're doing. And D-Max, when you're talking about Al Sharpton real quick, when you say, he's just trying to keep that job, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm looking at it right now. Al Sharpton, his net worth is $8 million. Okay, as of 2024. He earns an annual salary of $1.5 million from MSNBC, and then $400,000 through his radio shows. He's not trying to keep a job. He is a career
activist. He's a Black token that the white people on their shows to make it look like he's fighting for Black issues when nothing has changed. You sitting on MSNBC and NBC making money, and you ain't a damn thing change. All you do is stand up and talk, and nothing is changing. Nothing is changing. DEI didn't change with or without for the Black community. I'm not saying some Black people were not affected, but if we look at numbers, and that's the problem with Black people, we don't look at numbers. We don't understand what disproportionately means. We don't
making. Okay, you got. Sorry about that. No, sorry about that. It was about Apollo back in. But look, the point I was making, Angie, was this. Yeah, he making his money. I'm saying, like, they need him. What's up, Jack? They need him to keep on. They need him to be on the air to keep on spewing that bullshit to Black people. Like,
to make it look like there's something happening. He's a token. He's the last of that old guard. He's a shadow government for Black people to make it look like, just like Jasmine Crockett is. Oh, God, she's only there to talk, but she is in Congress, and she's not going out teaching Black people, let's get together and introduce these bills that I can bring before Congress. Even if they don't pass them, you're not teaching us nothing. You're telling us what the fuck we already know. And then they sit up here like, yeah, she's a girl. She's saying it. She's saying it. And she's going home to her $1 million, $500 million house. And she didn't say anything about her raise in the bill that when Trump was coming in, that they were forcing. She used Social Security and stuff, but you didn't say how you were getting a raise and your salary went from $173,000 a year to almost $250,000 a year. Yeah. But yet yet you did not fight for. If you fight for everybody, you ain't even fight for minimum wage to be raised. You ain't. You not doing nothing for us.
Exactly. And you know what?
She's beneficiary of the sister girl routine.
Yeah, they're trying to push her to be the next. Come on, y'all. But we know what it is about Jasmine Crockett. She is fine as hell. But the sister, they trying to push her to be the they trying to push her to be the next president in 2028. They don't have nobody else. They want to make that run one more time for a woman, but she's not gonna get it.
I don't need no president that's thinking about everybody, that you not putting black issues first. I mean, not trying to be funny. The problem with America is the black issues are not being handled. There was a man and his daughter that was just unalived from a shooting at a car wash because we are getting so out of hand. Our young men, our young black men have no morals or no standard for life, for their lives or anybody else's lives around. All this random shooting, you don't care who a bullet goes to, and nobody is asking these gun companies what the hell is going on. How are our people getting all these illegal guns? And nobody's talking about how the police, where is it at? Where's these guns at? Y'all don't find no guns. How's these guns getting on the street? When we know that the CIA has a history of taking guns and just dumping them in our neighborhoods. We know that it's a connection, just like we said, there's a connection with everything. There's a connection with the police, the CIA, and gun companies, and our people on the street.
Facts, exactly.
And you know what, Queen? So when we talk about that with the CIA in the 60s dumping all those guns, like, I want you all to understand that are listening, not to insult anybody's intelligence, but we talk about that as a start of something big, but it's not ended. You know, all this infiltration, it's not ended. It's still the same thing.
Yes.
And we don't see that. That's the problem.
We don't talk about
don't see it. No.
You know,
everybody's
funny.
So offended.
It's funny. I had posted this. Was it on Fanbase? I said it's funny how we talk about DEI and nobody talk about powernomics. Dr. Claude Anderson set the blueprint for us years ago. And people like, yeah, I read the book, but why are you not following it? The man, 84, almost 90 years old, he everything we talk about now, he did it. And black, the same thing we're going through now. Black people turn their back on back then, and they're doing the same thing now because we love symbolism, we love that feel-good medicine, and we practice individualism, and we're going to keep on talking about the same thing 100 years from now because we don't have a code of conduct. And my thing is, why the hell your old ass and other old fossils going up in Costco's? And you can read up on Costco, the history of Costco, and you know what I'm saying? Black people, so some of our people just
didn't even spend the money. Yeah. I think they took the gift cards home. But don't mean to cut you off because I know we're running out of time, and I want to get on Zelensky, NATO, in the war. Okay. Now, before we get started, I'm gonna play some stuff, and I want y'all to know what NATO is. Like I said before, this is the map of NATO. What do you see here? You see all these countries that is up here, European.
It's not, you're not sharing it.
We don't see it. We don't see it.
Oh, hold on one second.
What you doing that? Shout out to everybody in the chat room. Make sure y'all like, share, and like, subscribe. But share it to your friends. Share it to your text. Share it on your Facebook. Wherever. Bring people in to the #1 radio show in America.
Do you see this? I'm a stretch the map back. You see this is Africa right here, right?
Yeah, we see it.
And you see Egypt, where people say Egypt is not in Africa, but it is. And then that little strip right here, Saudi Arabia, the Middle East. And then you see all of this. There go China. Here's Ukraine. Here is Russia. That's Ukraine because it's part of Russia. And then you got all these white countries. That has formed an allegiance. Now, you know they don't care nothing about. Hold on, let me can y'all see this? Let me see what you see. They don't care anything about hold on. They don't care anything about the rest of the world. You notice it's only white countries. You realize that, right? So I'm going to show you the NATO members because we went over this before in one of my lives before. Here are your countries. So we're supposed to work every day and cry and fight wars for white countries. But yet we say Africans come over here, the world comes over here. Those that's legal immigrants are all over the world. Why are these white countries the only ones that are getting together and need the help of the US, right? to take over other countries. You're not going to take over Russia. They want their territory so big, what? So that you can take over Russia. And I want you to realize what is happening. Seems like this was before. Hold on one second. I'm just doing this real quick because I know we're out of time.
Why are you looking for that, Queen? Do you all know that this whole situation with Ukraine and Russia is only because that Russia does not want Ukraine joining
the NATO. That's what I'm saying. We
won't let Russia, so that's
hold on. Let me finish. Let me finish this.
Go ahead, Quinn. I'm sorry.
Do you not see that? Remember the Berlin Conference? The NATO is a repeat of the Berlin Conference. Berlin Conference was all the white countries. Do y'all see this? That took over Africa.
Damn.
Let's talk about the Berlin Conference. Like I said, that's how they doing it. I showed you the map of NATO, but they the Berlin Conference. Hold on. I'm gonna have to stop sharing and go to here. Like they say, if you don't know your history, you're bound to repeat it. They're going to be so strong because they want to really get to what you want to take over is Africa again. Look at this. The Berlin Conference was for what? It was a meeting of colonial powers that included the signing of the General Act of Berlin, agreeing an agreement regulating European colonization and trade in Africa. So they want to basically, to me, it's history repeating itself. A bunch of white countries got together and took over Africa before, and a bunch of white countries are getting together to what is the end game of all of these European nations coming together. That's what we're not looking at. What is the end game? Why do we, I know that you were saying this, Queen, about NATO, but why do we have NATO?
Exactly.
But you can go ahead, Queen. What were you saying? Because
no, that was just adding to that. No, I agree with you. And I'll say this. This is why we enjoy doing the Good Morning from Africa Town Los Angeles morning radio show, prime time, every Tuesday, for the most part, every Tuesday. But more importantly, the United Empires of Akibalon is about the same concept with NATO. We are about Black liberation, Black freedom, Black independence, and we have to stop looking at things like somebody's going to say, we say this all the time. We have no friends, we have no allies, no one's going to save us. I don't know what else needs to be said for you to wake up and say, I deserve better. The richness of my melanin matters. My Blackness, my essence matters. And I want to be boots on the ground. I want to make a difference. And I don't want things going down like this for my community. Like, where do you all need to be?
Not one Black country is in NATO. And I want you to see, I'm going to play this because I couldn't load the video. And I want to just play this real quick about Zelensky. Because a lot of people are like, oh, he was a man at war for his country. And you have Black people coming up there. My stance was, I don't feel sorry for Ukraine. These are white countries. And when it came down to COVID and when the war were coming, they were leaving all the Black people behind because they felt white lives were better. And they was leaving all the Black people behind. Y'all remember that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. And then like I said, they are a known group. Oh, you got something else? Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna play this real quick.
Okay.
This is Brandon Lehman. He's a YouTuber, and I sometimes listen to it. And I like the way he broke this down because I wanted you to hear that Zelensky and these white countries want us to. We already funded them. We're struggling as Black people in America. Then they turn around and listen to what he's saying. Y'all just don't understand when NATO gets involved because the Europeans, when they decide to fight the wars, they use our children. First of all, we need to stop joining the military because they're using our children to fight white wars.
He thinks he is to U.S. support when he says that the United States is soon going to have to send their sons and daughters.
The U.S. will have to send their sons and daughters exactly the same way as we are sending their sons and daughters to war. And they will have to fight because it's NATO that we're talking about, and they will be dying.
This is exactly what Donald Trump meant when he said that he was empowering Zelensky to be a tough guy. And it was clouding his judgment, not allowing him to logically look at the situation on the ground and realize that it is in his best interest and his country's best interest if he comes to the peace table. He also said today in an AP interview that the end of war with Russia is very, very far away, which prompted Donald Trump to respond on Truth Social saying, "This is the worst statement that could have been made by Zelensky, and America will not put up with it for much longer." Yes, we're not playing the...
That was it.
He thinks he is to U.S. support.
Did you hear him? See, they're getting with NATO because NATO, they join these unions, and the United States has basically separated from the UN that has all the black countries, and they're together making their, and then when it comes down to war, our people don't know why they're signing up for the military. Our people are fighting wars they don't know about. But if you look at the map, as I showed you, these are all white countries coming together to form some type of power to get whatever they want, and they want to use our children as the soldiers.
Now you know they he took the deal today with Trump. I don't know. That's as far as I got it, the day he made the deal. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But and still, you're right about the NATO thing.
Yeah, look at this. These are not one black country, and nobody is saying anything. But we got black people feeling sorry for a white man. Like I told it was a man on NAACP from the former one of the chairmen of the former NAACP on my Facebook saying, "Oh, I was embarrassed as a country today when Trump and Zelensky and JD Vance had the meeting." And I'm like, so why don't y'all worried about black issues? Why are you worried about what another white man is doing to another racist white man?
No, what was their issue though? What was their issue with the
they were saying they embarrassed to be part of America. So you're not embarrassed that our black people are killing each other on the street. You're not embarrassed that America will not give us.
You're not embarrassed that your black dollars, your black dollars, and your black wealth.
Talking about as a country, when you worried about a white man who sat there and let his people leave all the black people alone to die and fight for their country while they run the safety and live off of our benefits. Remember, they came over here, the first illegal immigrants, and got jobs and got the help and got benefits,
nice
and
cars.
Yes, they were working in positions. Y'all don't remember that before all this?
So they come from Canada. They come down to Canada border through Canada border, right?
Yes, and it's ridiculous. And I want to play another thing. When that meeting came with Zelensky, do you know that the Democrats, when they hate Trump so much, they set that up so that Zelensky would not come to the deal. Would not make the deal. So hold on one second. Let me play this. Oh, hold on.
Now let's see what the Democrats themselves are trying to do to start World War III.
So Senator Graham said that he was trying to help Zelensky before he went to the Oval Office, coaching him what to say, what not to say. Were you part of those conversations?
Well, I can't speak to every conversation that Senator Graham had, but yes, I met with President Zelensky that morning, and President Zelensky was ready to sign that minerals agreement, no matter how insufficient it was, but had an obligation to have a conversation with the President of the United States about the disaster that would be wrought for Ukraine if they signed an agreement that didn't have Zelensky at the table and trusted Vladimir Putin. Vladimir Putin is not to be trusted. And so Zelensky had an obligation to raise that issue. And Vance seized on that moment to start a litany of Russia-baked talking points.
So Chris Murphy, the guy you just saw, he is a radical anti-Trump leftist. And him, along with Chuck Schumer and other Democrats, actually sabotaged the mineral deal with Trump and Zelensky. Hours before the meeting that took place in the White House, they actually convinced Zelensky to make a big deal in front of the cameras about the lack of security guarantees. Only someone as thick-skulled as a Democrat can't see that the mineral rights deal is the security guarantee, while also appeasing Russia by not allowing Ukraine to join NATO. These Democrats are so Trump deranged, they're actively undermining peace deals, and then have the gall to say that if we're for peace, we're somehow siding with Putin. No, encouraging this war to continue, which will ultimately lead to the end of Ukraine because they don't have enough bodies to throw at Russia, and then Russia just walks right in and takes all of it. That is the side that Putin wants. Now let's see what the Democrats themselves are trying to do to start World War III.
But that was it.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
because see, Ukraine wants us to keep fighting, and that's why they say we're soon, because they're in the deal with the NATO. So when you have your allies, you keep going to war. Now, if all his people halfway die out, the rich stay rich over there because they was talking about all his assets that he has. Then you want America to start sending soldiers, not just sending money, not just sending weapons. Now send soldiers over there to fight for a white war.
Exactly. And they were saying too that, you know, this guy, his soldiers, Ukrainian soldiers, they actually walking away. They're not even trying to, they don't even want to fight anymore. So he's trying to get support from other places, and they snatching people off the streets. One guy walking his dog, I swear they showed it. Snatch a guy off the street and put him in the military. These people losing their life because they know they're losing the war.
Because it's the white man's power trip.
Exactly.
You
so look at this though.
Go ahead, Queen.
And Russia could easily do
I'm sorry, Queen, go ahead.
and end the war.
No, I was just saying it's the white man's power trip. Go ahead, Queen.
So look at this though. So with the United States, if you look at it, like when we're talking about like sending our children to war, do you all know? And I'm not insulting anybody's intelligence again, but it was a while before I knew as an adult. But do you all know that when you get FAFSA, like the student loan, whatever, from the government, you automatically your children automatically signed up for the draft. And I know that's not been in play for a while, but every time something happens catastrophe-wise, they reinstate that draft. So by default, your children are already in detriment from being drafted. So when we look at Ukraine in this war, we spent $44 billion on Ukraine. So how is that possible when the United States is $36 trillion in debt?
Because they're borrowing money.
So I can't pay my rent today.
Yes, and that's why Trump wanted to make deals, because everybody else in the NATO are helping Zelensky, but they are doing it in a loan form, and everybody's mad with Trump because Trump is like, if we're going to keep sending you money and stuff, we want money back, and that's why we're broke. That's why we're in debt, because we've been in war since America has been America. We need to learn real history and learn how we not had the UN, before it was the UN, it was the United something, and then it goes all the way back to them conquering Africa, just like the Berlin Conference. Understand what that was. We keep saying that we were enslaved. No, there is no way they brought millions of slaves here, because you can see in the Berlin Conference, France was the biggest one. They were just taking over Africa. They were taking certain people from Africa to bring them somewhere. And we have been tricked to believe that we all came from Africa, so we won't stake claim on this land.
Exactly.
But I know it's time. Do y'all want to say anything? I'm gonna play this commercial so we can wrap it up and get us out of here.
Yeah, and do your research, y'all, and do your research on Azov, AZOV. That's a Nazi group that's been around since 2015 in Ukraine. They are straight up hardcore Nazi group. They got women, men, they even train kids. I've been talking about it for the last couple of years, and like I said, we should not be supporting no Nazi group. And we, like Tina said earlier, when that war popped off, all them Black Africans that was over there them women trying to get their kids on the train, those Ukrainians were like, hell no, they put their kids, women, and their animals on the bus and trains. You know what I'm saying? And I think allegedly they made some of those Africans walk to Poland. You know what I'm saying?
They had to walk.
Yeah.
And even when COVID came, they were raising prices and kicking them out the country, trying to make it look like they were coming in there. They did a lot to Black people, and that's why I said I'm hardened in my heart. It's time for Black people to harden their heart. I'm not feeling sorry for no European country until people start shedding tears for the war that we are in as Black people here in America.
Facts, and plus the peacekeepers, the Black American peacekeepers who was going to go over and help. assist the people in Ukraine. They actually sent an email to the black workers and told them, like, you know, go at your own risk, because they say they're not used to seeing Black Americans. They will call you the N-word and call you monkeys. So it's up to, you know what I'm saying? So any Black person over there, they was a fool.
You rather die than die. Then die. You rather die. Fucking die.
Exactly. God damn it.
Stop it. That's the worth of your life.
Hey, y'all, make sure y'all support us. Y'all support us.
Yes, like and share.
The link the website should be up soon.
The website is up. We just can't donate right now. If y'all want to donate, we could donate to Cash App or Keyballon donations. I need to put that up there soon. But the website is up, and we're gonna fix the donation button. So we're gonna get up out of here. Is there anything else you want to say, Queens?
No, make sure you all follow everybody. Make sure you follow Straight No Chaser with the Queen on every platform. D-Maze Mind Games Uncut on every platform. Right. Queen Kathy B. She's on. I know she's on YouTube. I think Facebook too. Yeah, Queen. With hydroponics, growing your own food. I just spent $6 on a dozen eggs, and I'm ready to buy the chicken. In Indiana, chickens are $20, $25 a piece. Like, get yourself, if you own some land, get yourself a chicken coop, okay? Queen Lynn, aka Black Love 17, is on YouTube, has a beautiful voice with some storytelling. And of course, follow me, Clear as Conscience. We want your support because we want to support you all. We are growing. We are growing a micronation, and this is so important.
And I want to put this out for you out here. So the next so-called boycott gonna be. Somebody said Amazon boycott.
Don't announce that mess on our channel, because we ain't participating on that stupid.
Oh no, we're not. I'm just saying for the people that think they're gonna do anything. Yeah, exactly. We ain't worrying about that shit.
You know what you all can do though? You all can subscribe to
until you start boycotting guns, until you start boycotting gangster rap, until you start boycotting stuff that directly affects the Black community and that will help it in a positive way. Don't come with me with this stupid boycott to save everybody else, because you did not affect.
Not the boycott
did not help you.
And like I said, like somebody said, once you boycott all the liquor stores and all the
boycott the liquor stores
and stuff,
boycott the Chinese fucking restaurants, boycott all these people that's in your neighborhood, boycott the hair shops. If you're not going to do that, it's not going to make no change. Boycott where you are not in. When you look out your Black neighborhood and community and see that there's no space for you to build a business, and the people that's in your community is not showing you how to build a business, and they only want you to be workers and consumers, boycott the mentality. But don't come with me no boycott, no Target and all that, because they mad at white women losing their jobs.
Exactly. Black people listen.
So you all listening, can we do some of you all listening? I promise I'll do this. If you all listening, could you all please share this, like, subscribe, please share. And I want you all to invite someone to come to our website. I promise you all, I'm going to put this forum up. I want to know, we're not going to boycott. I want to know where you're at and what Black businesses are around you. Let's share Black businesses and let's see how we can connect.
Email us and let us know your Black business. But we got to get up out of here. My computer's about to shut down on us.
Oh yeah. See y'all next Tuesday, y'all. Make sure y'all come in here, support. Everybody know about the #1.
This is a great live.
Peace.
You are tuned in to the Good Morning from Africatown, Los Angeles Morning Radio Show, brought to you by the United Empires of Akibalon. If this content brings you informative value, we would like you to consider becoming a sustaining member for as little as $10 a month, or making a one-time donation in solidarity with our mission for Black unity and liberation. Your financial contribution supports the UEOA not only by way of bringing a fresh perspective to the community by way of intellectual conversation, but more importantly, building and growing our Black communities as a whole as well. Visit the UnitedEmpiresOfAkibalon.com to learn more and make your impactful contribution today. We thank you for your support.